What's up, guys? It is your boy MCRulz back for another Hero Cantare video, and the new pure Green Arin has just dropped in Hero Cantare with the summer update, and as we all expected, she is a healer. So I'm going to be in this video comparing her healing skills against Chloris' healing skills to see which healer would actually optimize your team. So unfortunately, the Hero Cantare bot in the Discord channels hasn't updated for the new pure Green Arin, as she is new on both sides of the game. So shout out to Elite Gaming and their Discord channel for having the bot so I can swap between Arin skills. So I'm going to be reading hers from the game, and I'm going to be reading Chloris' skills from here. So I'm just going to really quickly go over Chloris' skills. She's been in the game since the start. Most people have her, so most people are quite aware of what she does. So her first skill here attacks one opponent by 100% attack, decreases 5% of her own HP, and recovers 2 allies with the lowest HP by 10% of the HP, and removes 1 weakening status each. So that's good for a C1, just a good heal, 10%, which is, you know, it's alright, 10% of a heal, but it also removes a weakening status, which can be helpful in events such as, you know, maybe Kuvaro. It might not help as much because, you know, he places heaps and heaps of poisons on your team, but to reduce the amount of damage you're taking, that skill 1 will be helpful. So then we've got her C2, which personally is the one that I use the most because it's the one that provides the biggest heal. But it reduces 10% of her own HP, recovers 2 allies with the lowest HP by 25% of HP, and generates a shield of 15% of HP for 2 turns. So I use this one the most because it also generates a shield, which means they're taking a lot less damage than they would usually be taking, and then on top of that, it heals a whole quarter of their HP bar, which is a really good skill for a healer to have. So then we have her third skill here, which reduces 20% of her own HP, recovers the ally with the lowest HP by 100%, so it full heals them. This can include herself, so if she takes 20% of her own HP and then falls under the ally with the lowest HP, she will full heal herself. And then grants 1 time of immunity to damage, so it'll grant to whoever she's healed. So then we have her first passive, which gives her a HP, defense, and damage deflection boost, and her second passive, which is the Petal Seal. So whenever a character receives 3 petal seals, so it's 1 on 1 chain, 2 on 2 chain, or 3 on 3 chain, it recovers 10% of the hero's HP and grants them with absolute attack, which I'm not actually 100% sure what it does, but it's absolute attack, whatever it is. So here we've got her stats. She has a extremely high HP stat. You can't see her mouse right now because Chrome is glitching, but she has a really high HP stat here. And she's also got, you know, a moderate, moderately low attack stat, decent defense, and then she's got average speed. So, Chloris is the main healer used currently in the game. And I'm gonna now pull up pure Green Arin skills, because I've also found her skills to be quite interesting. So we've got our first skill here, Spike, which attacks 1 random opponent with 90% of her attack, recovers 2 allies with the lowest HP by the hero's 7% of HP, gives 7% HP regeneration for 2 turns. Also, additionally recovers 4% HP immediately if the ally is already in regeneration. So let's say you use this twice in 1 turn, it'll heal 18% of HP. Which opposed to Chloris's will heal 20% of HP and also does damage by 100%. But this heal up here does over time regeneration. So over 2 rounds they will gain 14% more HP, meaning in total it's technically doing 24. So what did I say? It does, let's say you do it twice in 1 round, and then that gets 18, and then it will do another 14. So it's doing 32 actually. So in total, this will actually do 30% heal. But, you know, over rounds, your hero is going to be taking more damage. So it's, you know, it might not be as effective, but it may save your hero from death. You never really know. But for a better quick heal, Chloris' C1 is obviously going to be better at that. So then we have her second skill here. It recovers 2 allies with the lowest HP by the hero's 17% and gives 17% regeneration for 2 turns. Additionally, recovers 7 HP immediately if the ally is in regeneration. So if you use this twice in one turn, it'll recover 24% HP. Well, no, it won't recover 24% HP. It'll recover 24 HP the second time. So it'll recover 17, then 24, and then it'll also do another 34 in regeneration. So, you know, that's quite a bigger heal than just the 25%. Granted, they don't have the 15% HP shield for 2 turns, which is a difference. I found that shield really useful. But the 17% health regeneration will be, you know, if your characters, let's say you're running her and then you're running Kaiser, your characters are taking less damage, then you've also got regeneration. Your characters will pretty much look like zombies because they won't be taking that much damage at all. So then we've got her third skill here, which attacks the opponent with the lowest HP by 20% of the hero's HP. So, I don't really like when, I mean, she's got a high HP stat. It's a little bit lower than Chloris is by about, you know, 15,000 points lower than Chloris is. So, but, you know, it will still do a moderate amount of damage. So, attack the opponent with the lowest HP by 20% of HP, recovers all allies' HP by 15% immediately, and gives them 15% HP regeneration for 3 turns. Now, opposed to Chloris's chain 3, where it reduces her own HP first. So that's one downside Chloris has. All of her heals have to reduce her own HP first, and her chain 3 only heals 1 ally. Granted, it does 100% and does a one-time immunity, but a heal on all allies overall I feel like will probably be more useful than just a heal on 1 ally. So I think Chloris's 1 chain is better. I think you know, it's kind of hard to say between both of their 2 chains. I mean, I guess they're going to be more useful in different situations. I would say in an event such as Hero Dungeon, Chloris's is probably going to be better. But in an event such as maybe Guild Boss, or a longer event, Arin's 2 chain is going to be better. So when you're fighting like really squishy enemies, but that output super high damage, like if you're fighting enemies in Hero Dungeon, probably going to want to run Chloris. But in longer events such as Guild Boss, you probably want to run Arin. So then we've got the 3 chains. I think overall Arin's 3 chain is better than Chloris's in most situations, because, you know, healing 1 enemy and one-time immunity, it's great and all, like if they're really low HP, but most of the time if you're fighting AoE enemies, which you will be fighting most of the time, or enemies that will attack multiple people over multiple rounds, then Arin's 3 chain of 15% regeneration over 3 turns, plus the 15% at the start, which is 60% in total for all of your allies, I feel like that's going to be more useful. So then we've got Arin's passive here. Her first one gives her the same 20% HP and defense boost as Chloris, gives her a 5% damage deflection boost, and gives her 10% debuff resist. And then here we've got her unique passive. So her unique passive, it's a little bit nuts. So Rippling Summer, when the hero's HP falls below 50%, recovers all allies' HP by 30% and gives 10% regeneration for 2 turns. So once she falls under 50%, she immediately gets a 30% heal, and then also gets an extra 20% from the 2 turns. When she's eliminated, she recovers the HP of 1 ally with the highest attack, recovers their HP by 50%, and gives 50% HP regeneration to them for 2 turns. So unless your enemy is getting 1 shot, like literally unless your enemy is getting 1 shot every single round, then this heal right here is going to be, you know, amazing. Like it'll just keep your, pretty much just keep your strongest attacker on max HP for the whole fight. So in terms of unique passives, I think that Arin's is definitely a lot better than Chloris's. I mean, Chloris's Petal Seal, it's good for your characters because it also heals a quick 10%, and you know, you can use it at any time, there's no HP restriction. But I think the elimination part of this kind of really takes the cake for Arin in terms of the unique passive healing. So, who do I think is better in general? It's kind of hard to say because they're going to be useful in different areas. But I think overall, pure Green Arin is probably just going to do a little bit more for your team because she has overturn regeneration. And it's significant enough for it to be, you know, like noticeable. Oh, your character's healing 15% every turn. You don't have to keep repeating her chain skills like you do with Chloris. But let me know what you think about that. I think they're both really good. I think Chloris' HP stat is higher. Her attacks are probably going to do a little bit more damage because Arin's attacks are based on her HP and her first one does 90% attack. And, you know, so that's what I think. I think she's also better because, you know, she doesn't remove her own HP. So, yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Let me know your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.